So I escaped from my government to Poland and started doing comedy in Poland. And it was tough to sell tickets. We had to come up, me and other comedians, we had to come up with some creative way to sell more tickets. So we found a WhatsApp chat, Belarusians in Warsaw, and we decided to create this fake dialogue. So I was supposed to send a message, hey, does anyone know what's going to be in Warsaw this Saturday? And he was supposed to reply, yeah, this Saturday in Warsaw going to be a great stand-up show with awesome headliners. But it didn't work because when I sent my message, someone immediately replied, yeah, this Saturday in Warsaw going to be a great motorcycle show with awesome headliners. And people started discussing this motorcycle show. I was like, what the hell? We promoted this motorcycle show for free? Like, what's happening right now? They were super excited. They were like, oh, the previous time was awesome, yeah. So we didn't know what to do. So we canceled our shitty show and we came to this motorcycle show instead. So it was really, really great. Awesome headliners. Yeah. But when I came to Europe, I realized that it's kind of easier to live in a dictatorship country. I mean, it's easier to live when your government tells you what to do. Like, for example, in Belarus, we have these billboards that say, I love Belarus. And it's just empty field. I don't know why. But I saw these billboards and I was thinking like, well, maybe I love Belarus, you know. In Poland, I didn't see any billboards like this, so I'm not sure. Do I love Poland? I don't know. In Belarus, we have billboards that say, I love paying taxes. So I was paying taxes in Poland, but I'm not sure if I loved doing that. I didn't see any billboard like this. I was sure only in one thing, in Europe, in Poland. I'm sure only in one thing, that I really like motorcycle shows there. That's the only thing I'm sure in. Yeah, I moved to Berlin and I participated in my first protest there. It was amazing. I didn't know that you can participate in a protest and you don't need to leave the country right after. Amazing! You can just go home and cook some food, watch sports on TV, like, what the hell? Because that's like how I got into Europe. I participated in a protest there in Belarus and now I'm in Europe. So that's a totally different thing there. In Europe, it's more like a life hack. You can participate in a protest, and while you are doing that, you kind of have extra days off, right? Like you have 5 more days off. In Belarus, it's almost the same. You can participate in the protest, but instead of 5 days off, you get 5 years off, which is better if you ask me. That was a joke about prison. I had to clarify that. Yeah, but I can get back to Belarus because I participated in the protest. They call me a terrorist for that. That's like what it takes to become a terrorist nowadays. Like nowadays, this word has a totally different meaning. I remember the time when ISIS were the only terrorists. So now it must be difficult times for ISIS. When a guy from ISIS goes like, "Hey, I'm a terrorist," people are like, "What do you mean? Did you make a donation to Ukraine? Like, did you tweet about something?" No, I'm a terrorist. I kill innocent people for no reason. We blow up buildings. Oh, now I understand. So you're not a terrorist. You're Russian. That's it. I'm sorry. Yeah, there are some good Russians, right? I mean, I know at least 2 of them. No, that's obviously a joke. I know like 5, but yeah. But that was one of the reasons for me to move to Berlin. One more reason was a relationship. I was in a long distance relationship, or as some people call it, a short-term relationship. Same thing. Yeah, but we broke up recently. Well, actually, she broke up with me, so kind of not cool, you know. She broke up with me because I was between her and her dreams. She was dreaming of breaking up with me, apparently. That was her dream. And she told me like, hey, it's not because of you, it's not because of you. I mean, if it's not because of me, then why are we breaking up? I mean, obviously it's because of me. You don't want to be with me. I mean, it's a lie. It would be more honest if she said at least something like, hey, it's not because of you, it's because of other guys being much better than you. That'll be a little bit more honest. So now I'm in Berlin alone, dealing with this European bureaucracy and stuff. Like I learned about German bureaucracy a lot 7 years ago when I studied there. I studied for only one semester. I had to leave at the end of the semester because I did not have enough money to live in Germany. I had only €1 left on my bank account, which is obviously not enough to live in Germany. But it was enough to live in Belarus, so I went back to Belarus, spent amazing 7 years on this money, and bought myself a castle there. But then German bank emailed me, like, hey, where did you go? Tell us your new address. I told them my new address, and that's how I learned about German bureaucracy. They started sending me letters every month with my bank account statement. So every month a guy would knock on my door and go like, hey, you have only €1 left in your life. Leave your signature here right next to I'm a fucking loser right here. And give me my pen back, that's half of your savings. But it was a long time ago. Now things are a little bit better, but I'm dealing with another level of bureaucracy shit. Like for example, recently I learned that I'm actually in the European Union sanctions list. Well, not me. There's a prison guard in Belarus who has the same name and surname. And he was added to the sanctions list. So now I'm kind of in there too. I'm having problems because of that. How I learned about that? So I was doing stand-up for money, or at least I thought it was for money. And the host wanted to send me the money, but then he sends me this screenshot on which it was written, this transfer is blocked due to Anti-Terrorism Act. And there was also written, stand-up comedy written on the transfer. So they really think that some prison guard was just in Belarus, you know, making notes, collecting material, and then decided to come to Berlin to do stand-up at an open mic for €10. Like, hey, have you ever been a political prisoner? Oh, why it didn't work? I don't know. And the European Union is like, well, we do not allow that. We are saving Europe from at least another shitty comedian. That's at least from that. Yeah, but that's actually the main thing I do in Europe. Is trying to stay in Europe, dealing with this bureaucracy. It's I'm applying for residence permits. That's the main thing I do. Like I applied for residence permit in Poland. I got a negative decision. Then I applied one more time, and then moved to Berlin. Applied for residence permit there. But to me, it's weird. They already let me in, but I need to keep proving that I can stay there. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm weed. You can already find me on the streets, but I need to be legalized for some reason. I was in Netherlands recently, and in Netherlands, weed even has more rights than I do. Because I was smoking weed on the street, and the policeman came to me, and he was like, "Oh," I'm like, "This thing?" He was like, "No, this thing is legal here. You show me your visa." Here's my Belarusian passport. What the fuck is this shit? Yeah. Same question, man. Same question. Also, to stay in Europe, you have to learn other languages other than English. Like in Germany, obviously German language, but it's tough. I don't know. I downloaded this Duolingo app, and I made so many mistakes that it started teaching me how to tell in German that I don't speak German. Specifically this phrase, "I'm sorry, I don't speak German. Could you please repeat in Spanish?" Which is, by the way, another language I don't know. Like, what's gonna happen if I tell this to someone and they start talking to me in Spanish? I'll be like, "Hey, could you please switch back to German? Because in German I at least know this phrase. Like, that's more than I know in Spanish." But at least this is a sentence, right? I can use it some situation. Sometimes it teaches some useless shit. Like, for example, that's what I learned from Duolingo, this sentence, zwei Orangen, eine Orange, which is translated as 2 oranges, 1 orange. It's a sentence, it's like not 2 separate phrases, that was a sentence. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? What is this situation when I'm going to tell someone 2 oranges, 1 orange? So I wrote down some possible situations. The first one, I think it might be a cool phrase for a hitman who was ordered to murder only one of the oranges. Like, 2 oranges? One orange. Or it would have been a nice promo for the Fight Club movie if it was filmed for fruits. 2 oranges, 1 orange, IMAX. I don't know. That's 2 possible situations. The only situation I could think of. Or maybe it's me remembering about my breakup. Hey, could you please give me 2 oranges? No, you know what? No, just 1. 1 orange, please. That was a sad one, I know. Guys, I'm also sad. You see that smile? That's not real. I'm dead inside, guys. Look into my eyes. Yeah. Well, I love being in Europe. People are totally different here. Like, for example, they have a totally different mentality. Like, I was collecting, for example, these coffee stamps to get a 10th one for free. You know, when you have to buy 9 coffees to get the 10th one for free. So I was doing that for 3 months. I was super excited when I finally got them. And I come to this coffee place with my paper with 9 stamps to get the 10th one for free. And I give this paper to the woman that works there, and she takes the paper and asks me like, do you want your 10th coffee be a small one or a large one? I'm like, what the fuck is this question? Is it for free? She's like, yeah. Then give me the biggest one you have. Like, why is she asking me this? I mean, what did she expect me to reply? Like, you know what? I don't actually need a coffee. Just take a paper and give me a new one. I just need a reason to be alive. I just need to do something while I'm waiting for a decision on my residence permit. I just wanted to check what am I gonna get earlier, you know, residence permit or stroke from drinking too much coffee. That's The second problem is housing market situation. Housing market situation is tough. It's impossible to find a flat in Berlin. I was looking for so long that Instagram started showing me reels with flats. But it's not just flats, it's with people who have flats and who are happy that they have flats. And I don't have. Yeah, but it's impossible. It was even difficult in Warsaw, but at least I had some. At least I had a flat. It had its own disadvantages. Like, for example, I had 100 spiders on my windows. It became a problem. It's like 100 spiders on the windows. I wanted to get rid of them, so I found this article, like how to get rid of spiders. It was a weird one, because in the first paragraph it was written that to get rid of spiders, you have to clean your flat at least once a week. I'm like, okay. In the next paragraph it was written that to get rid of spiders, you have to wash the dishes right after you eat. I'm like, who wrote this article? My mother? What's going to be next? To get rid of spiders, you have to find a girlfriend and a normal job, because spiders love losers, Andrei. Also call your dad. In the next paragraph, it was written that you can kill them by spraying vinegar at them with vinegar. So I'm like, I'm going to give it a try. I bought a vinegar bottle, I started spraying with vinegar at these spiders. But it didn't work because spiders were reacting to this vinegar as if I would be reacting if someone was spraying vinegar at me. I was spraying with vinegar at them and they were like, what the fuck, man, that just stings. Why? So I called my landlord. I was like, hey, man, I don't know what to do. I have so many spiders on the windows. I don't know what to do. And he told me, hey, well, spiders in Poland is a normal thing. You can do nothing about it. You just need to wait. I'm like, thank you for the advice. They also stink. I don't know why. Don't ask me. So I went back to this article. I mean, I had no other option. So in the next paragraph, it was written that spiders are afraid of chestnuts. Sounds weird now, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try. So I found, like, I need to collect chestnuts and spread them all over the flat, and spiders will go away. I'm like, I'm gonna give it a try. I found this chestnut tree. I'm collecting chestnuts, and at some point, I look up and I just see 100 spiders on the chestnut tree. So looks like spiders love chestnuts. So looks like spiders wrote this article. Hey, please don't bring chestnuts to us. We're afraid of chestnuts. Also, vinegar kills us. Oh, fuck yeah. It killed me. And don't watch Spider-Man movie. It's shit. I don't know, there were so many spiders that I started thinking that it's not my flat anymore, it's their flat. Yeah. That they called at some point their landlord and were like, hey, we don't know what to do, we have a Belarusian in our flat. And the landlord went like, well, Belarusians in Poland is a normal thing, you can do nothing about it. You just need to wait until they get their decision on the residence permit. Or a stroke from drinking too much coffee. That's the only two options.